Welcome everybody, John Ski Writes. This is the first video of the new year. I think it's day 5, we're on the 5th today, yeah, the 5th. And today I'm going to talk about my goals for 2023 and we're going to talk about royalties. So we'll start off with royalties then, get that out of the way. I don't want to talk too much about money, it's not really my main goal. So we'll talk about royalties first and then go on to the goals for 2023. So I got my first royalty check then in December. For the first 6 months of the book was on sale, and I was super excited when I first got the royalty check. I was like, oh, not because here comes the money. None of that. It was just I wanted to see how well I'd done. Now it wasn't really a set figure that I wanted to achieve, but I was hoping it would do well. Now when I got the check in, I opened it up. I had been super excited, so I was a bit disappointed. Not that I'm disappointed now that I've thought about it, but I was so high up here, and then when the check came in, it was lower than what I expected. So I sort of went down here, had a reversal because I was so high. The whole something on a pedestal, you put someone on a pedestal, and they let you down, and then yeah. So it was sort of that sort of thing. But I took the check, I opened it up, and I put it out, and I worked out, not with a calculator because I'm good at maths actually, but I worked it out on paper. How many books I'd sold per week, how many paperbacks I'd sold, how many ebook versions, whether it's on iPub or whatever format it was from whoever bought it. And I actually thought, based on sales, it was okay. Yeah, the money wasn't fantastic. I wasn't expecting to get rich quick. I'm not Stephen King's following. I'm not J.K. Rowling's. I've not written Harry Potter, etc. So I wasn't expecting it, to sell like the Bible, but I was pleased with the amount of sales that I did get for that first 6 month period. Initially, there was obviously more sales, then it dipped a bit, then it picked up a bit more, and it's still been selling okay recently on Amazon. I can sort of track it a bit on Amazon, not on other companies though, like Waterstone, Smith, stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to work it out until you get the royalties check in. So, but yeah, I just want to say to anyone, like, don't be disheartened, and don't go into it expecting too much. Hopefully, if you are a new author and you've got your feet on the ground a bit. And obviously, where I was traditionally published with Seth Bronx and the Coat and Killer, I'll say hi to Ditto as well. Ditto's there, I got Ditto for Christmas. Where I did get traditionally published for the first one, obviously you're taking less earnings anyway than if you were self-published. So obviously that's going to reflect that as well. With Terrence the T-Rex, woo! Obviously that was self-published, so I might sell less books because it's not coming from a traditional publisher. Who knows? You might still sell more. But I might still sell more. Sorry, but I will make more percentage of the sales that I make. So it's one or the other. If you're traditionally publishing with someone like say Penguin, who's world renowned and well known, then potentially you'd sell more than you would with the publisher I chose, because the publisher I chose has a name, has a reputation, but nowhere near as good as Penguin. They're just not. So it kind of depends on who you're doing it with. And people have asked me, do you think that Terrence will make more sales? Terrence will make more sales. It was a bit of a light reflex on that actually. Look, let's bring it back a bit. There's Terrence T-Rex. Do you think you'll make more sales with Terrence because you're self-published? Again, it's kind of what I was just saying there. It depends on who you traditionally published with. Depends on your readership. Depends on how well the book is taken. There's a lot of factors to royalties, so I wouldn't go getting ahead of myself if you've got a royalty check coming, or if you're looking forward to your first one, or you're planning on releasing a book. Don't look at royalties as a get rich quick scheme, because that just won't happen. If you're looking to be a real writer, you're not in it for the money at the start, especially not an indie writer, because you've got to do all the hard work and put that effort and the money in. But what I will say is just look at royalties as a sales report. That's the way I'm viewing it anyway. Because for me, it is more of a sales report. How well are my books selling, as opposed to how much money am I making. Now, in 5-10 years' time, that might be different. It might be a case of, how much money have I made here? But I've seen something recently with Brian Sanderson where he's actually losing money to publish his audiobooks, not on Audible, and publish on other devices. I'm not going to get into it because it's a whole political thing. But yeah, so he's actually losing money. But he's Brian Sanderson, so his books should theoretically sell well anyway. And he will have a big readership. He does have big readership. His books are fantastic. So, it wouldn't affect him as much as if, say, I did something like that. Mine's not available on audiobook, I'm afraid, at this point. But yeah, so I would look at it as royalties are as a sales report. For me personally, So I'm happy with that. So after looking at the royalty check and going through it, being up, being down, being all around, actually was pretty happy with it. Yes, I would like to make more money, and yes, I'd like to make more sales. But at the end of the day, I'm happy with that. First book, 6 months out, I was happy with it. So we'll move on to goals for 2023. Now, just to clarify, someone said to me, goals for 2023, because the way I said it, and they're like, you got 2023 goals, what? And I was like, no, it's just goals for the year 2023. I don't understand how that was hard to fathom, but someone did actually ask me that question when I was talking about it the other day. So I'm just going to state that it's goals for the year 2023. It's got nothing to do with the amount of goals, okay? In fact, I've only got 3 goals for 2023, and we'll jump in now with the first one. And that is to publish 3 books. Now, 2022, I published, obviously, this, traditionally published, Seth Bronx, is there somewhere, Seth Bronx and the Coat Killer, and obviously I self-published Terence and the T-Rex. The light, again, is there, because the window's right in front of me. So, this year I'd like to publish 3. Now, they're all going to be children's books this year. They're not going to be any novels. That won't come out till 2024, probably. Great if it comes out at the end of 2023, but I don't think it will. So, if you are excited about that, and I've had a few people asking me when the next one's coming out, it'll probably be 2024. I haven't got a timeline yet. I'm still editing. So, but it's going to go out to beta reader soon. So if you do want to get a copy of it, you really enjoyed the first one, and you want to hear the sequel before everyone else, let me know. I'll add you to the beta reader list. And we're back. I had to make a quick cut out there. The dog was snoring, and then she woke up and was scratching, and the thump on the wall. So I had to get up and move, and I knocked the book down ditto. So I had to replace them. So thanks, Ditto, for your help in holding the book. So yeah, I published 2 books last year, 1 traditional, 1 self-published. This year's going to be 3 books. They're all going to be self-published. They're all going to be children's books. I'm hoping for 4, but I don't want to stretch myself too far. So we're going to guarantee 3. 2 are definitely going to be coming out probably before the halfway point, and then I'm aiming to bring 1 out for Christmas because I'm writing a Christmas story. I would like to get 4 and maybe even 5 because I'm working on about 7 or 8 different stories, but it's obviously finding the right illustrator to work with. Now, obviously, the sequel for Terence the T-Rex, that's one of the books that will be out next year. Again, with the same illustrator, Earthy File, we're going to do the whole series on that. And we have decided actually not to limit the series either. We're not going to just do like 3 or 4 books. It'll just be however many books we decide to do. And of course, the cartoon will hopefully be coming in 2023. Fingers crossed. So, yeah, so that's that. So hopefully publish 3 books next year. Don't make this video too long, so let's move on to goal number 2. So goal number 2 then is to prioritise my time, writing time, better. Prioritise time generally, better. But normally when I'm writing, it'll be like, oh, what do I write on today? Do I write on the sequel? Do I write on the sequel to Terence T-Rex? Or do I start on this project? Do I start on that? And I'll just literally pick one at random on the day when I've got time to write, whether it's an hour here or 4 or 5 hours where I can sit down and just do stuff when the kids aren't around. But this year I want to make like a schedule. And I've got the whiteboard up there. I haven't actually filled it out yet. I'm actually going to probably do it at some point over the weekend because I'm working at the weekend. So I'll probably just do it before or after work. And I'll just sit down and I'll just do the schedule. But I want to have a writing schedule, not in terms of when I'm going to write, because sometimes I just won't be on the schedule. I won't be planning on writing. I'll be planning on having a chilled evening. But something will come up. I just think, you know what, I'm just going to go write for a few hours, or I'm inspired, so I'll quickly go and write here for a half hour to an hour. Just get some couple hundred words in if I can. I want to actually make a schedule as to, say, Monday I'm going to work on the Terence T-Rex sequel. Couldn't get the word out then. Sequel. Wednesday I'm working on this. Tuesday I'm not doing nothing because I'm busy. I spend time with the wife and the kids, or I'm working. Thursday, taking the kids out here after school. So maybe Thursday evening I'll get an hour or 2 writing, and I'm going to write on this project. Not giving away too much, so I don't want to spoil things just too yet and open it up yet. But yeah, so that's what I want to do. I want to make a more of a schedule as to when I'm going to write, but not just when I'm going to write, what I'm writing on. So that I know that I stick to, because I've got so many books coming out this year, I want to make sure they're all done in the right order as well. So I want to make this one come out first, this one come out second, this come out. So I want to make sure that the right amount of time is being adhered to each project so we don't get behind and we don't get mixed up, and yeah, everything runs smoothly. So that's the plan. And a lot of the work for one of the books was done in 2022. So technically that should be fine, should run smoothly. I don't have to put too much time on it other than sort of deciding a book cover. And obviously Terence T-Rex sequel needs to be drawn on a book cover. But again, it's not as much as writing the whole story and sitting down and doing it. So it's, yeah, it should be okay. So yeah, that's goal number 2 then, to try and spend more time, or better time management with my writing. So goal number 3, I've gone completely blank on what goal number 3 is, and I can't find my notes because the only notes I've got have been out for the football podcast that I'm doing later. So I've completely forgot what goal number 3 is, but I will talk about the cartoon actually. So goal number 3 we'll put as, I would like to be able to have the cartoon out at some point this year. Now, we're not sure, as I mentioned before, if it's going to be just an animated short, if it's going to be a feature-length cartoon, how many we're going to do. I would like to do sort of like 8 episodes, maybe 10. And again, it could just be featured shorts. It could just be like a proper cartoon. We don't know the length of it yet. I'm still sort of coming up for a little jingle at the beginning, or maybe we'll just play some music. We'll see. But hopefully that will be out this year. So I'm going to put that as one of my goals now, which might be one that I definitely don't get. But last year's goals, I was going to do a video for that and or include that in this video. Goals 2022, and I had a look, and I think I maybe hit 1, maybe 2. So I decided not to review last year's goals. We'll write off 2022. It was a good year for me professionally, with 2 books being released. So we'll call it a day. Good for me professionally. 2022, ups and downs personally, like a lot of people. So let's draw a line underneath it. Moving on to 2023. And I've already got eyes set on 2024 as well. So I'm hoping the next couple of years will be pretty good. I'm hoping the cartoon will come out this year and set up 2023, and then we can do some more in 2024. But again, obviously, Terrence T-Rex sequel will be coming out this year. I was hoping I might be able to get another book out and done before March, before I go to the book fair, so we can get it published, we can get it released, and it sort of releases at the weekend of the book fair, so people can buy it first hand and get a signed copy before they would theoretically get the books from online. But I'm not sure scheduling it's going to be able to come out then. It might come out just after the book fair, but hey ho, who knows. So I'll add a goal 4 then, talking about the book fair. We'll add a 4th goal then, because I've forgotten one of them anyway. We'll add a 4th goal, and goal 4 for 2023 is to try and book a second book fair. So I know I'm already going to go to one book fair. I'm already going to be doing the book fair in March in Kent. It's in or near Ashford, if you're around that area, in near Ashford. March the 18th, I think. I haven't got it with me, but I'll hopefully put it in the next short or something. Especially as we get near the time, I'll talk about it more. So I'm doing that book fair in March. I think it's called the Lake House, and it's near in or around Ashford in Kent. And yeah, so I'm hoping to try and get on a second book fair. Someone did mention one to me, but they've already got enough people going, both popular, successful authors and new young and up and coming authors. I say young, but young in the industry, not young in age, unfortunately. So that'll be the 4 goals then: to publish 3 books, to have better writing time, hopefully get the cartoon out for 2023. Some people may say the cartoon's not a writing thing, but I've got to write what's in the cartoon, and hopefully if we do it and it is not just a animated short flick and it's actually like a little cartoon, no matter how long it is, whether it's 1 minute or 10 minutes, 20 minutes, hopefully I'll get to voice one of the characters, because I am really excited about that. And I can do some voices, not very good accents, but I can do some voices. So hopefully I might get to voice one of the characters as well in it. I don't think I'd ever do if I do ever bring out audiobooks in the future, I don't think I'd ever do voicing my own characters in the audiobooks. I don't think I'd obviously want to get a professional done for that. I know some people have done that, and I have spoken to people that have done that themselves. That's not something for me, but doing like short cartoons on YouTube to go along with the book, and it's a continuation of the book really, so it is my point. To me it is writing, because I'm writing what's going to happen in this cartoon, I'm writing what they're going to say, and so it is writing. So get the cartoon out, and hopefully try and book a second book fair, or maybe one day even host one. Maybe 2024 I can host a book fair, so that's it for today then. That's my goals for 2023, the year 2023, in case anybody asks. I'm not going to mention your name on camera, but you know who you are that thought it was 2023 goals, the year 2023. But so that's my goals, that's my royalties, that's my opinion on royalties as well. Just look at it more as a sales thing until you've got a following, until you've got a reading, until you've got like say 6, 7, 8 books out, I don't know, and you're making regular money. I'm not a full-time author. I still have to work for a living, and balance everything with doing the writing, doing the podcast, trying to put videos up on YouTube. That's why I've done for the last sort of 5-6 months a lot of YouTube shorts. It's just less time consuming, and they do seem to be more viewed as well. If I look at my video videos and then shorts, the shorts tend to get more views anyway, so it does seem that people take in the content in shorter forms nowadays with TikTok and Instagram Reels and all that. So so that's the way it's going to be for the majority. But I am going to try and get one video out, one video every 2 weeks. So a bit like the podcast, I'm trying to get podcast out every 2 weeks, but sometimes there's more, sometimes there's less. We'll see. But thank you for joining me today. Hope you had a good start to the year of 2023. This is day 5, video 5 of 365. So if you did like this content and you liked what I said about the royalties, or just goal videos, setting videos. I can't get the words out. If you just like videos where people set goals and you know, it might give you an idea for setting some of your own goals or something, then feel free to subscribe and like. I would really appreciate it. You know, so see if we can push up to sort of 400, 500 by the end of the year. That's not a goal or a target I've got, but if I can get 500 subscribers by the end of the year, I'd be happy. I'm not worried about being Mr. Beast and having billions of subscribers by, you know, the end of 2023. But it's something that's nice. If I get up to 400, I'm on 320 I think now. So if I get up to 400, maybe 500 by the end of the year, fantastic. If not, no worries. I hope you're enjoying the content. If you're here, thank you for continuing to follow me. And yeah, that'll be it for me. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.